Hello, and we appreciate you. See you Tandagidibang with us on top of this wonderful day again for Christed Radio and TV, where your matter now we own. I welcome you to Inside Naija, that Ogbonge program where they bring to you the big things that really happen inside the news and inside the country, and also they bring to you the front pages of newspapers. Now, for inside this story, one of the big yarns that we will talk about later today. Now, the fact of say a lot they happen for this country, especially when it comes to this election law matter. The Senate and the House of Representatives, they say different session where they don't pass within they won't pass. We No Go Gree continues and plenty others. Them that one and more will come up later inside the program. My name na Princess Aniana. No go anywhere because front pages of newspapers they come up next. Welcome back. Sharply this morning, the Punch newspaper now start us up and they say on top cash crunch, say money hang. Ministers now don't begin the lament as 10 trillion naira capital funding don't hang. Ministries, department, agencies say they get not even up to 1 trillion naira for 2025 capital projects, and the federal government say that they depend on loans to take the work. That's now one of the tourists that we go see. Nigeria lose 1.76 trillion naira after the miss OPEC quota. 432 billion naira torchlightment. EFCC don't add more days to El-Rufai detention. They continue to detention him. As in lawyer, don't they do everything they can to get bail for him. 2027 elections, lawmakers, they will not go gree as National Assembly don't give carry go for electronic transmission and manual backup. Vex, now full everywhere as Barry Bay lead 14 senators to take talk, say they no agree for that idea. Even the minority group for inside House of Representatives, now so then stand up, waka come out from their meeting. Ramadan, Lent, that na fasting, both for the Muslims and for the Christian faithfuls, go start today all over the world. Ondo APC chairmo, the bitter waiting no good as the meeting where APC been just bust into Igiaga. NUPRC don't they do move to stop thief of crude. We say they do their first metering facility. France, they face new nightmare of flood as water don't rise. All of that and more, they inside the Punch newspaper. Just try me, you get one of that and know the full yarn in them. The Vanguard newspaper can come out now say manufacturers, agri sector, they face up to 60% interest rates. Release Kanu or return him to Kenya. Now, waiting Southeast traditional rulers, they tell Tinubu be that. But presidency said there is no equivalence between Kanu and Igboho. That's not the one we then put that side. Lent, Ramadan, don't start today. Tinubu, Trump, Harris, others, they in mourning, they cry, they in pain as U.S. civil rights leader Jesse Jackson don't die at the age of 84 years old. Still on 2027, House of Representatives don't bow to pressure and then stand with Senate on top all the changes then for electoral act. You go see the small to read them way did all of the drama, all of the everything the way happen inside the hands. Just enter for inside Vanguard. You go see things to enjoy. Tinubu don't bring out Nigeria industrial policy and they ask they quickly may they implement them. Dangote signed $400 million equipment deal so that it go fast track expansion of refinery. Men wey carry gun don't go kidnap 6 people wey travel along that Makurdi to Naka Road and they ask for 100 million naira before they go let them go. Nigeria, others ignore our judgment. Now the lamentation where ECOWAS court they lament be that. Enter the Vanguard, you go see all of that gist and plenty others then. The Guardian can come up to say Niger State people wey dey live for Niger State don't run enter Benin Republic as bad people now don't go invade Borgu again. Remi Tinubu don the ginger say let them pray, say make all of us pray for Nigeria as Lenten and the Ramadan don't start. Zamfara Governor don't throw away accusation out there, say they're not the give and support from federal government. Federal government they do anything for Zamfara State, say in not the APC. For issue of changes in our election law, 2027 elections don't they take shape as an APC majority take the win and they say fight for inside courts, kind of fight according by law, say they come for front. Bad guys, what they call hoodlums, don't go take over and scatter APC stakeholders meeting inside Ondo State. 1,000 Lagos police officers now benefit from Sanwo-Olu Free Eye Care Initiative. All of that and more they inside the Guardian newspaper. The Nation can say Fubara they ready with 20 nominees to become commissioners. MSMEs, that na medium and small businesses, them created 250,000 work last year. And the Shetima, don the ginger, made they support more MSMEs them. World leaders, they cry now, they in pain over the death of top African-American Jesse Jackson. People they suspect say that bad guys them don't go beat Ondo APC Chamo for inside their meeting. First Lady don't begin to campaign against child malnutrition inside April. Lawmakers support electronic transmission and 300 days election notification. This issue of real-time transmission, they reject them. Some of the House of Representative members stand up, waka come out for the meeting, and INEC now don't get carry go, say may they go adjust the election timetable. EFCC continue to hold on to El-Rufai and say they go carry the matter reach court to get order to keep El-Rufai with them. Dangote 900 billion naira 2025 taxes they make federal government belle to sweet. 21 people now don't die for accidents inside Abia and Ogun State. Ramadan Lenten season don't start. All of that and more inside the Nation newspaper. The Daily Independent can come up next and it say Electoral Act Amendment. Police use a tear gas to take a pursue people they do with No Go Gree for National Assembly. FCT elections, INEC don't give assurance say they go do real-time e-transmission of result. Judge me by factories, jobs and not policy counts. Now what Tinubu dey yarn be that as he bring out Nigeria Industrial Policy 2025 and say may they quick begin to make use of it. He said the administration recognize and believe in the potential where our youths for this country get. No capital allocation released to Interior Ministry in 2 years. Now Tunji Ojo yarn that one. Bandits don't kidnap 6 people for Benue State and they ask for 100 million naira ransom before they go let them go. NRS announced saying stage by stage then go roll out the timeline for e-invoicing EFS regime. House of Representatives don't make U-turn and then support both manual and electronic transmission of election results. You'll see plenty story then will follow that one. But PDP say House of Reps betray the public trust. UBA, UKCA, CEO don't bring out strategy to block Africa $100 billion trade finance gap. Jesse Jackson will be civil rights leader, don't die at the age of 84 years old. All of that and more they inside the Daily Independent newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune can come out now, say, see how our Catholic Church terrorists attack. They take planner, say, Duan, na DSS witness, na they give all this one to court. Nigeria lose 8 trillion naira every year to concession and waivers them. House of Reps, na and that one. Make investment in human capital a priority, na go help to make the $1 trillion where Nigeria won't make. That na the talk wey World Bank dey tell Nigeria be that. On electoral amendment, Senate dey divided, House of Representatives dey in noisy session as the lawmakers don pass e-transmission with manual counting as backup. Minority reps members walk out from the session as the Green Chamber reduced timeline of notice of election to 300 days. INEC also say dem go look again to work on the election timetable so that e no go fall for Ramadan period. Rufai don spend the second day for EFCC hand. NADDC commissions automotive training center for Potiskum, and they don plan some other plannings them on this PMS CNG vehicles them. Now be small wahala as Ondo APC meeting turn bloody. Bad people there go scatter the meeting, beat the party chairman, wunjure other leaders them. But the government they deny, say their hand they inside the matter, and say they will continue to use everything where they get to run peaceful politics. Sultan confirms say they don't sight the moon and declare today as the first day of Ramadan. Enter inside the Nigerian Tribune. All of that and more, they're there for you to enjoy. Finally, this morning, the Punch Sports Extra, and he come out to say, Napoli treated me like a dog. Who they talk enter for inside Punch Sports Extra. The story they there, they wait for you. Arsenal don't raise the price of their tickets. Marcel don't set to snub Chelsea. Falcons don't line up Cameroon friendlies as they ready for WAFCON. Boniface don't start light training. Imba fans don't threaten Kanu. Arteta, the Williams in a €100 million move. Liverpool also want to get Olise for 100 million. Osimhen grab 2 assists. That's he only just do 2 assists for the 7 goals where we say then spare, then score. Lookman, the battle Onyedika for UCL knockout playoff. Klopp agent reveals Chelsea United snub. Saha wants make Palmer replace Fernandes. Jackson don't set to return to the Blues. Bolaji become para badminton world #1. Adeagbo, the hail Ipe fan for Winter Olympics achievement. And finally, Flick, the para give Barcelona for all the mistakes then they make inside the defeat to Girona. All of this and plenty more now you go see for inside the Punch Sports Extra newspaper this morning. And this now where we'll go wrap up the front pages of newspapers for today. But try make you keep a date with us tomorrow for another wonderful edition. Right now, no go anywhere. Big tori segment, they come up inside the show.
Hello, my country people of Nigeria. It don't take small where I say you. Maybe now one of the reasons why rumors in the spread say K-Bobo don't leave the media space. But you know what? Say no to fake news. Because I never get tired and I know they retire. I just change gears small and make we enjoy ourselves better. Before you don't listen to me and that voice they sweet you, the analysis they tutorial. Now you go to watch me live on top Christ Radio and television, where we go to break that news analysis well for you. On top of newspaper radio, big talk with the inside program what we call Inside Nigeria. You go enjoy our well because we go break down for you, you go reason with us, and you go understand the grammar well. What you need to do now to follow us on top www.christradioandtv.com, or you can follow us on top all our social media platforms. My name is Kolawole Omane. On top Christ Radio and Television, your matter now we own.
Still there on top Christ Radio and Television, where your matter now we own. Inside Nigeria, now we on top. So my name now Princess Aniana, and remember, say if you join us every day for the show live on top Facebook and on top YouTube at Christ Radio TV. Like us, follow us, comment on top the program for the comment section. Yeah, and the color of your belly for the matters. Then we'll be see what they discuss. We're also there on WhatsApp for 0906 891 8345. Yeah, so WhatsApp na 0906 891 8345. If you also young call off your belly like that, we also do on other social media platforms like TikTok, like Instagram, like even X, and we also do there at Christ Radio TV. Our website na www.christradioandtv.com. Coming back inside the studio this morning, a lot happened yesterday, especially when it comes to the situation of emergency session to talk the date of 2027 elections, and then also to try and harmonize the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. But to follow me run that one this morning, I get Kola Wale Omoni. Kola, good morning.
Good morning, Princess.
Welcome to Inside Nigeria today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I believe you also don't follow everything we go on concerning the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, both from the Senate side, all of the rowdy session, the ayes, the nays, down to the House of Representatives, leading to a walkout. Generally, waiting this thing mean for Nigeria?
Yeah, it means like one step forward and two backward. It appears to be like the difference not too much from waiting we've been witness in 2023. And don't forget, I've been telling you the other time, say, the moment where you give an option for Nigerians, or many options, go think, say, if they get ulterior motive, then go make use of them. Now, the reason why people, they talk, say, let us say this thing, now mandatory, now compulsory, and it must work without excuse. But unfortunately, the otherwise not be the case yesterday. Even the House of Reps, where they don't they give ginger, say they make sense, waiting they do, kudos to them, here and there. Nigerians forget, say the National Assembly too, they are dominated by APC, the lawmakers. And at a point, it appeared to be like, say, they turn out to party affairs as against waiting Nigerians being want. And one thing I can say be say, now people now send these people to Abuja, say, make them go represent them. And it is obvious now, say, they are not doing according to the wish of their people. They are always quick to say, okay, I go need to go consult stakeholders.
Yes,
I did sure say, if they go to their respective constituency, they educate their people well. Which one now support? Any one of them we want credible election in Nigeria, we opt for mandatory transfer of election result. Against that, then do otherwise yesterday. At a point, even in the course of voting for that of House of Reps, it appeared to be like, say, okay, the people we talk, say they support, their voice even they louder than the people we against. But the speaker vetoed them. He still say, okay, nah, and NIS or whatever, now ain't get them. So in that kind of situation, you could know, say, they don't do plenty underground work as against waiting they be agree before. Now coming back to the Senate drama too, almost the same thing. At a point, they don't even want about it to talk again. At a point, the Senate president talks, say, he just won't come defend his name because at a point, he withdrew the motion where it been raised. So, because of social media backlash now, I wonder why if Akpabio they always get time, because he always reference social media. Every second he reference social media. If to say he really understand the fact, say, this na democratic system of government, now waiting people want, now we supposed do for them. And if he's a custodian of social media, unlike Oga President we talk, say, they go there, he's supposed to know, say, Nigerians no want waiting than they do right now. And they don't get any justifiable reason for doing waiting them do yesterday. Then be they always cite, make reference to network or whatever. Former INEC chairman be come out to say, there's less to waiting we really need. For instance, this paper where they want to upload immediately, it no reach 1 megabyte, 700 kilobytes. Now be the upload what they talk about. You can imagine say you want to upload something will be 7 something kilobyte on your phone. You know what it means. Former INEC chairman been talk say this thing is not a problem. Again, I think Mike Guinea too, one of the former commissioners of INEC too, last week too, came out to say they be do a particular survey out of over 176,000 polling units where we get in Nigeria. Only a few of them that over 3,000 that they know, not even now, that they could not see the internet presence. 3,000. If you do plus and minus calculation, princess, that is 1.7% of the entire potential voters and location where they want vote. In fact, it may not even reach, because out of 176,000 voters polling unit where we get, over 200 of them, they no record a single vote in our last election. So if you do this plus and minus, people where they there before, they talk, say no, this thing dey possible. Una carry big budget, go meet National Assembly, we go eventually still approve them. Close to 3 trillion naira. And you are not telling us that, okay, we have identified this thing as a challenge. Now, how we want to take suffer and be this? You are only taking us back to 2 or 3 years ago. How you know go dey possible? It means say then get ulterior motive. You can't hide under internet to come and be making this kind of move. Then get mindset of rigging election. That's the reason why then be they talk about this. And they unfortunate because it's like we've been talk about the implication before. It no go really encourage Nigerians to say, okay, there is a need for me to go and cast my vote. Because they will have this impression, even if no any plan in place, then go get this impression, say, these people won't rig election are the reason why all these things dey for grant. I don't talk am before. Somebody will contest for this election, we see how the thing happen, when agent tell am wetin in score at each polling unit, and he go cross check, then upload everything, discover say na wetin agent tell am, now he still meet for INEC portal. He go discourage am from say, okay, I won't go to court because na me win election.
Okay, but Kola, going by this talk wey dey talk, wetin be the difference between this one and wetin dey on ground right now? Like, for example, the party agents normally, they still dey there when the counting and even the manual collation they go on. They already still see and there. So what will now be the difference? Say they see the one where they for...
The difference now when they do compilation, where the manipulation they always dey, be when you don't witness your own, I witness mine. I sign, you countersign. You don't know what is happening in the next polling unit, right? You did your own signing, and they compile all these things together. It's at the collation center. What we always hear in Abuja is somebody that's supposed to be a presiding officer of each state. We come to Abuja. You don't have record of all these minor one at the polling unit again. That is the difference. At that point, they've already compiled everything. They are now telling us that when the transmission, but if they upload down to INEC portal, you get access to it. You can do your plus and minus calculation. In fact, you can even get a software that will compute everything together without stress of manual counting or say, see what happened at polling unit. But the moment we don't have this, they will have their figure and bring it down to Abuja to come and do announcement. And when you lament that this is not the figure, they will say, go to court. That is the difference.
So this electronic transmission type will give you more of evidence to feel you stuck without...
Yes, if you have everything there, they will be shooting themselves on the leg when they announce something contrary to what they've already uploaded. But the moment they cannot be able to upload all, unfortunately, they will bring out figure. They will claim this is INEC figure. If you now contest it, they will say, go to court. And court again, there's no any backing any strong backing for you to be able to say, okay, this is what is that. For instance, eventually when they now say go to court, the court will give you time frame to file your case at tribunal. You will be applying to INEC to say, okay, let me get access to all the results. INEC will say, go and do this, go and do that. Sometimes go and pay. They will be doing delayed 30s before you can file your case. But if you open INEC portal, you meet everything there. You don't need any application that will frustrate you. Again, when they make it lawful and they say it's mandatory inside Electoral Act, there is no judge that will come back later to say you don't get right to contest this result. But the situation right now, what it means is that this lacuna where they create through this option, the moment you go to court judge go talk say, I don't understand what you are saying because it's not mandatory for them to transfer and to do transmission of this result. So it's a setback.
But right now, where the National Assembly don't go ahead, both the House of Reps side, the Senate, they don't go ahead now, go pass the way we be without making it mandatory or without even the real time and still retaining the manual backup. Waiting Nigerians now supposed to, or we should still now pray that Oga Presido go ahead and listen to Nigeria people before he sign it.
He can't sign what is not
like
written.
As they bring and come, he can choose to say.
He can choose to say he's taking it back. That they should go and make it mandatory.
Okay.
If truly this message is not coming from him, if truly Oga Presido truly want to do like waiting be name former president Yar'Adua have been talk that time say the election will carry me enter, e no dey credible, e no dey fair, but I'm here to fix the system. If Oga Presido go admit say true the election will carry am enter government in 2023, e no dey transparent, e no dey credible enough, and he want to really fix it, I think he has that moral ground to say, okay, I want to change the narrative. I've listened to Nigerians. Their body language reflect the fact that they no want this thing we now put. Manual option, they no want them. So can you guys go and help me do the needful? That is ideal situation I'm telling you right now. Because I want to believe that if truly Oga Presido want it to happen in that manner, even underground work for don't show face, the lawmaker will not even hear this noise. If I don't give them the instruction and they will carry it out. After all, now openly then they shout separation of power. But I'm not seeing any separation of power in what you are seeing right now. Because if yesterday House of Reps talk, say, okay, we don't agree for this thing. And today, when they see say the matter don't loud, they say no, they are not doing again. You know, say, it be like say somebody hand dirty on top of the situation. But we don't have evidence now to accuse anybody. But if Oga Presido, meanwhile, to at least conduct credible election in the country, he should be able to take that bill back to them to say they should do the needful. After all, there was a time that President Muhammadu Buhari been take a particular bill back. I think maybe Petroleum Industrial Act or thereabout. I can't remember again. He returned it back. The reason why I no go sign them, they amended it again before eventually sign it. So if Oga Presido, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to credible election in Nigeria, we are calling him out now. If he's truly committed to it, let him, whenever they send this bill to him, let him return it back to them, and say they should do the needful by making sure that they make this provision mandatory, and INEC, we won't collect big money without accountability, should be able to, yes, without accountability. I repeat it because they've not been updating Nigerians how then they spend this money, what did they want use and do, and now eventually they spend them. But we only get about appropriation almost every time approval without proper accountability. So if they go need to approve this big money for them, and the only excuse they can give us is the same excuse they've been giving before when they were getting less than 500 billion naira budget for election in Nigeria, then it means we are just wasting our taxpayers' money for nothing. Because if you see a challenge as a body, as an organization, as a nation as a whole, say you want to really move, it's not for you to be running away from challenge. The more you confront it, the more you progress. But that has not been the case in our country.
But on this one now, INEC feel on their own look say, "To, we are an independent joint body, and the law don't put and say manual dey, but we have take it upon ourselves, say we not go use that manual, we go make sure say that this electronic transmission we fit do." Can they do that?
It no dey possible. They can do that. They can choose to write it as guideline again. But it hold no water. It's like still taking us back. Do you know why? They feel come out now to say we have the capacity to do that. INEC feel come out to say we have the capacity to do an election and transmission of election results without any hitch. Seamlessly, they feel come out to come and say it. Trust me, when the katakata burst later, them go still claim say technical hitch, they worry them. And when they claim say technical hitch, they worry them. If you now go to court to say INEC has written it boldly in their election guidelines, say then go make sure say now must to transmit results. Judge go tell you say, I don't understand the guideline you are talking about. I only understand law. And this is what the Electoral Act is talking about. That was what happened before now. Initially, it was INEC that recommended this to make an election credible. To say, okay, we get the capacity to transfer. As it happened, they would see them live. But eventually, when the matter turned to court, they don't say truly, we made the promise, but we are technical hitch. Because there's no provision for consequence in the Electoral Act. The Act only gives them the power to say, okay, come and explain to Nigeria how you want to conduct elections. And trust me, if now you two then give that kind of opportunity, you know, go right inside the guidelines, say, in case I don't meet up with this thing, no, may not jail me for 10 years. You know, go right time there. That is what is happening right now. The reason why we need it black and white inside the Electoral Act, make it mandatory. Remove manual, replace it with mandatory.
Okay. Oga Presido Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you don't hear him call Lawale on money. Say we are calling you out. In short, all eyes on Tinubu right now. We hope say you would listen to the mind of the people. You go look the We No Go Gree where they go on and do the right thing. Give the people what they want. Before we go to the issue of the protest, still for inside the session that we did do yesterday, the INEC timetable come out, and then from the talk now, they say instead of making it that INEC must give 360 days notice to the election day, so they don't reduce and now say they can give 300, and say with that it means the election fee come up maybe late, that's December this year or early January. Good enough?
Good enough, but preferably I will still want them to bring it down
to like November,
to
October,
like even September
this year.
Yes.
Hola.
It may not work now, you understand,
We're talking
but this is my wish. You understand? Because there is a window for you to be able to finalize your election case in court. That window is between, I think, around 9 months. You spend 3 months at, 6 months at tribunal. You understand? Then you progress to appeal, which that one is just more of a review of waiting tribunal. The main work they happen for tribunal. Now waiting tribunals and submit, now then they always review. The same thing as Supreme Court. It's within the 9-month range. They used to finalize this. So if they can take it to around September of like this year now, what it means is that they are not tampering that conditions of those months. The number of days you must be able to file your case at tribunal, say this thing no sweet your belly. The number of months that tribunal must use to hear it and pass its own ruling, and the number of time that appeal and Supreme Court must be able to finalize it. So what it now means is that if they can take it to that September, by June and May 29 that they want to hand over, they're already done. Do you understand?
So there's no case of say they swear in somebody.
They swear in somebody and later they now go another person go win, they come bring the person. Now, it has so many advantages, princess. One of those things is that we are using our taxpayers' money to take care of person who no be the right person. We're supposed to sit down for that particular chair. In the timetable or calendar of governance in Osun State today, Oyinlola spent 3 good years wey no belong to am. How we want to take manage that kind of situation?
And when they don't tell those people to refund.
He no refund anything. Then go tell you, say, after all, was it absent that time? He was in charge for 3 years. For the seat where he not supposed to occupy for 7 days. And he was there for 3 good years before Aregbesola came on board. Aregbesola came on board, he spent his own 4 years. Now, on record now, somebody will do a single term in Osun State spent 7 years. 7 good years. For a governor that's supposed to spend 4 years, spent 7 years before he left. That is why they are having staggered election in Osun State right now. And now, because of that particular case, now it make them come get timeline for cases of election in the case in court. That one is number one. Then number two, when you are in charge, they don't already swear you in. You now get all the mighty, all the power to fight person when they call together. You get influence. They call governors forum meeting, you they attend. President, they call meeting, you they attend. Everywhere you they represent your state. Why the person is still struggling in court? But is it not better that both of you are in the only time when they're supposed to see this kind of case? Now maybe in a second time, now the person they contest for will be say 90 day in charge. And at that point, there should be a law that will provide, okay, what should happen in that kind of situation, so that we have independent people fighting for a particular cause. You will not use your influence as a governor to do this fight. And again, they are not using their 1 naira to fight this battle. 1 naira like this, they are not spending it. They pick all the money from government purse. And it's not part of our budget. Where is this money coming from? Who appropriate for it? They will never tell you. So it don't make any sense to me. The reason why they're supposed to finalize almost everything before the person. With that one, sincerely speaking, the kind of influence where these people they get to say they win and then eventually win, it go at them.
All right, also you don't hear the Senate they finally also don't give INEC that flexible power, say make they fix election, but try and make sure say it no fall into Ramadan period. So if all goes well, by December this year or early January next year, now election of 2027 go happen. But we'll continue to bring you the updates as in the land. Now, another matter been dey where they cause para. Police, the Nigerian police force, don't they collect woto right now on top say then go fire tear gas at people we gather for the main entrance of the National Assembly building. On top still the No Go Gree of say they want me they do mandatory electronic transmission of election results. Now, from the matter, these people were doing their peaceful protest, but they say get the time where they can't want force themselves enter the National Assembly. According by which they actually just wanted to go and be part of the deliberation, the emergency session, and then at that time, Naim police tear gas them. But was police not just doing their work? Because obviously they were trying to, it was no longer looking peaceful.
Yeah, the point is, people get right to protest.
True.
We don't talk about them. And these people too, unfortunately, at a point, I even saw Aisha Yusuf's way she be the attacker, the police. Say, can you imagine how much be a salary and stuff like that? Truly, it may appear to sound like that. But the truth of the matter is that now their job, then they do at that particular time.
That's the police.
The police. Somebody give them assignment, make them go carry them out. It's just like say strike day now all Nigerians they strike. We day here, they do our job. Now so their own job too. And their own now obey before complain. So to her I feel like okay, why this? But to them, now the job we then give them. Nobody say the situation too favor them or then like them. But now the job we then give them. They feel query them, they feel sanction them, they feel even lock them if they don't do it the way it's supposed to be. Now, when you now do this, we always talk about rules of engagement. At what point do you feel threatened by the presence of these guys? Maybe because if you want to be fair to police too, from that last week where this protest been start, they no disturb them. They've been professional. To be fair to the police guys, they've been professional. But trust me, person will send them for that assignment. Go ask them blindfold una, how it take happen where these people overpower una, they go National Assembly. At that point, they might be having issues. And maybe if they don't release that tear gas, they might not be able to control those guys, except if it go turn deadly. You understand? And you know what it also means for these people to access where they are doing the deliberation. It will be more chaos, it's more chaotic, and they might not be able to control it at that particular time. So I think if we want to be fair to the police guys, they've been fair enough, they've been tried since last week, but maybe it was out of say, okay, we just want to reach where things they happen. And when they reach there, they will scatter almost everything. In fact, those guys might not be able to proceed with waiting they do right now. And from the body language of the National Assembly, it appeared that all this noise here and there, protests here and there, it don't really shake them, especially Akpabio. If you see his countenance, how they address the matter, how they laugh over it, he don't really care about the interests of Nigerians. He don't really care about their fear about conducting credible election, because they are in charge right now. Unfortunately, tomorrow now, when it turns to be opposition, the likes of El-Rufai, where they protest here and there now, Atiku and Amechi and what have you, they are now in the opposition. When them two they in charge, it be like this. So make them two they wait for their turn. It's just that when you do the right thing, people can hardly forget. Unfortunately, some people be they talk say, if we know the kind of things where Akpabio do for his state, that time he appeared to be among the best. If not for anything, at least if they won't play football now, say we get any international game now. Now instead they go play them. We don't even abandon our own national stadium here in Abuja. You understand? People be they commend them that time. But it appeared that because of this, the way they manage their various 10th assembly so far, all the good things we don't do, some of these things now don't they overshadow them. So if person want to talk about Akpabio now, they don't remember all those things again. They only remember, how they manage, how they send email, send prayers to people. So many irregularities under his watch as a leader of the 10th assembly. So make them continue. Make them continue, because one day, people go still reference all these things where they talk about.
Okay, now, first of all, people like Obese Kwesili, people like Omoyele Showore, don't look say this thing where they happen. So it's an attack on democracy. That's now one of the first talk them. Then secondly, as a Nigerian, where you be looking for social media, looking for maybe different other programs, certain people they talk, you think say the situation where they on ground now will affect the outcome of 2027 election?
If they're not change the narrative, it will affect them. That one they sure, because the hope not to day there again. So when people see some of these signs of hope, say, it be like say this thing go make and day a bit credible. Even if you no go work, at least Nigerians need something to encourage them to say, okay, let us
listen to us. They hear us.
They hear us.
What we want.
And with that one, it will encourage them to say, okay, now because of this thing no day there in 2023, and I make it happen like that. Now we don't day. Let me still add more ginger, make I go cast my votes. But with the current situation right now, with the jumpology of most of the to APC, where that one alone don't they even give many people impression saying there's nothing they can do about it again. Say now only that no go make a Tinubu win election. We are not saying Tinubu should not win election, but let Tinubu win election credibly. Let him win election where he go show say true. Now Nigerians love how he take run for 4 years and they want him to carry go again. Not this backyard arrangement. We don't want it. And the reason why I'm sounding like this, even the people that are coming on board, we can only say, okay. So in fact, sometimes even the devil where you know self, you better pass the one where you don't know. So I can't vouch on any one of them. In as much you call yourself a politician in Nigeria, I cannot have anything with you to say, okay, this person are tested and trusted. No. Only your work will convince me. if God can place you there. So that is why I'm sounding like this. But anybody that is winning, let us have this impression, say, even if it don't make sense, we go accept, say, oh, now our hand, now we take us out. Not this impression, say, no be we carry come, but we still they suffer together.
Okay, finally, before we close now for this matter, Oga Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, don't come out now. You know, a throw word for those top opposition people now, we also they follow for this, we no go green. In short, he specifically, you get call out Rotimi Amechi on top the matter. Now, they claim, say, this one where all these top people now, they come join for this, we no go green. He says it's just grandstanding. You get like now for sure. They don't really mean them. He also mentioned that talk where he say most of these opposition leaders say now opportunism that they do. So when then they out of office, they will suddenly become the voice of the people and say this shout where people they shout. So if you check out where enough be for just say interest of people that is transactional. You get what they expect from them. That make they push for this. You think Wike is actually saying something?
Yes, the truth of the matter is that a number of politicians, when they join this move, we know what they want.
Wait, are you saying no possible say any of these politicians actually they join this move because they are with the people?
Were they not in the system before and they were not able to change anything? They are not with the people. They always want to follow this kind of clout. You understand? So we deal with you guys. Impression they always did there. Tinubu was in opposition in 2012 and he was leading protests of subsidy removal under Jonathan government that time. Years after, over a decade after, former governor of Ekiti State, Fayemi, came out to say, "Una see that protest wey we do for 2012. Even we too know say subsidy na cancerous situation for Nigeria, but we needed that one just for politics. We protested because of politics. We no mean am. So what?
Even though it was for good.
It was for good. No be the person where they protest against and that and come eventually remove am now. If to say Jonathan don't remove subsidy that time, how much were we buying? Less than 100 naira, maybe around 200. We for don't they used to ram, but they no agree make it remove am. Eventually, because in his own case, he dey always listen to people. Some people even call and say, "Na laissez-faire leader na him be and what have you." But whatever the case, he no see and remove. They achieve their aim. The same situation right now. I've been tell you, except if I have a fresh among those guys. But the crop of people where we they see right now, I can only respect the NGOs, CSOs that are pushing this. The likes of Yaga Africa, the likes of ActionAid and Nigeria, and many of them like that. You know that these guys are credible. And if you study their trajectory so far, you go know say, then they push for election reform in the country. But when you now see politicians joining them, they have benefited from this rotten system before now. They now discover that for them not to be in charge now, it go hard them to win election against incumbent government. Now the reason why you see them, they push the move.
So truly it's transactional. They won't use and take, like, deceive the people, make the people look and say, oh, we deal with you, so they will come vote for
Obviously, it is. And if we can enter opposition tomorrow, we need to go do something like that. So I'm saying it is not to say I'm supporting Wike, not just their way of life.
Not just their way of life. So seriously, all of a sudden, with these top people now, they follow for this, we no go green. If you really check out where it will not be because of selflessness, if you still get selfish mind, we follow them. But that's not it. People where they do we no go green, they've been Teargas them to take scatter them and therefore not push the gate of National Assembly yesterday. Some people wunjure, they say one old mama faints. But stop, everything shall don't still come back down. Maybe we continue to see the developments, whether we no go green go continue based on the way the National Assembly take past their bill yesterday. Now, before we round up the show, Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal don't did the news since yesterday. You get don't they talk plenty things about his state, but one of the one way they papers now say he come out now come talk say since 2023 when he take over governor chair, say 1 naira from federal government apart from the normal allocation from federal accounts allocation committee and then waiting then they try make inside Zamfara there. Say but all this small palliative, all this small support with federal government they support other states. Say Kobo never reach out. And in the talk say, in believe, say na because in dey for opposition, in not the ruling party, now make anything from federal government no dey reach am. Do you really agree? Because the reason why I bring this is that one or two governors don't also like make those kind of comments, and then immediately they join you can't see hand they touch them. Is there truth in this talk, or in
obviously truth dey there? For governors to be using it as one of the points to say the reason why they want port to national to ruling party, truth dey there.
So now like unspoken truth, you go just know.
You go just know, say they happen. And it unfortunately not supposed to be like that. For instance, because my state no vote your party, now the reason why you go deprive me of certain privileges. Because some of these privileges and opportunities of some of these projects, they no talk say it's a must for you to take it to all the 36 states. Sometimes provision of maybe federal character or whatever, or any condition of fairness, where they always did there. We only prioritize, 6 geopolitical zones. You now use your discretion to say, out of 6 geopolitical zones, I want to take it to so state for them to say I dey fair to everybody. You understand? So that one they always do. And waiting go fit address some of those things. Now the controversial issue we then raised recently on top of this tax law, we then talk say the people we then appoint to be the board members, to be the leadership of that particular this their new, what will be the name?
NRS.
NRS. That they supposed to come from 6 geopolitical zones. And the law is saying not only coming from 6 geopolitical zones alone, it must be alphabetical.
Okay, explain when you say
the alphabetical means if you want to pick from 6 geopolitical zones, you now take North Central. Now if you want to pick from North Central, Benue is supposed to be the number 1 where you will pick. When the tenure of that set expire, you now think of another state under North Central. Can we mention state under North Central? Because they will not count Abuja.
Kogi,
That's why I say
Abuja.
minus Abuja.
Benue, Kogi, Niger, Nasarawa,
and Kwara. You understand?
Yes.
So in that arrangement now, Benue is supposed to be the first to benefit.
After that, then Nasarawa.
After that, then Nasarawa.
Then
Niger.
Then Kogi before
No,
Kwara, something
we
like
even
that.
get Kogi, K before N. You understand? So after Benue is supposed to be Kogi, then
Kwara.
Nasarawa. Kwara, yes.
Before Nasarawa.
Before
Niger.
Nasarawa.
So they go, they rotate
That is how they're supposed to be rotating it. The law made that provision because they know this kind of situation. Say politicians, they always have their way. For instance, in Northwest now, they pick a representative from Kano.
And no be Kano be the first.
And no be Kano. Now be the first. It's supposed to be Jigawa. You understand? It's supposed to be Jigawa. So all these provisions, when you now give a room, and we have a number of laws that did not take care of that did not even talk about alphabetical arrangement. The one that talked about it now, they ignore. We have a number that will only tell you, say, this project, if you want to implement it, make sure, say, you touch 6 geopolitical zones. They will now choose among states that they will pick and give that particular project. So all these things, true, it will affect some of those states where no they together with ruling party. It always affects them. So I totally agree with the person. I know makes sense, say you are using this kind of condition to encourage them to come in. Another point to buttress this point, we say, shortly after Kano say I don't port, enter APC. They gave them a gigantic project. Again, fire incident last week in Kano. These people claim say now 5 billion. Now be waiting then lose. And the same 5 billion, now federal government say, may they give them.
APC governors even supported with 3 billion.
With 3 billion, you go see the likes of Dangote, Bua, and what have you that will still support. So, by implication, I mean say, nobody even lose anything in Kano. Good. That's a positive move. And that one a positive note. But I'm telling you, the case might not be the same in a state where we say no be APC. And it don't make sense because the moment you become a leader of a country, regardless of who voted you in. In fact, you need to even take care of the people who don't believe in you, who don't believe in your government, who don't vote you, to now encourage them, say, okay, truly una vote, no vote me, oh, but I want you people to know, say, all of una, I be leader on top. So I want to make sure, say, I manage all of you people together. That is how it's supposed to be. But politics is not allowed to be like that.
Anyway, Daud Alawa of Zamfara State don't throw away big talk out there where we just hear like church, but you don't come out, go talk out for BBC Hausa. We hope say something could be done about this. And like other talk, Kano State Governor Ogaba Kabir Yusuf in the tank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday, will be Tuesday, and all the governors of all Progressive Congress for say federal government give them 5 billion naira to use take care of the victims of the fire we burst for single market. Then APC governors on their own can donate 3 billion naira to support the state. That one shine a very good one to that side, and then we hope say things will get done and everything will work well for them. Caller, in conclusion.
Yeah, in conclusion, like we've been talking the other time, we hope say Oga Presido go do something about this mandatory transmission of election results whenever the bill enter the table. I hope so. I'm not expecting any good news from him, but it will be good. It will be a breaking news to us, and we appreciate it. If he talks, say, he support credible election based on that, make INEC make sure, say, electronic transmission are must. And again, we are not saying, say, now, DIM be the best and the only solution to ensure credible election in Nigeria. Other factors still there. But good, say, we identify them one after the other, we dey manage them, so that when we look back, we go review, say, oh, see the situation for 2023. But thank God, things are changing right now. That is how we can progress in the country, not the other way around.
All right. Thank you so much, Kolawole Omoni, for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much, Nigeria. Thank you so much, Abuja. Thank you so much, Kano. Thank you so much, Lagos. Thank you so much, anywhere where we say you join us today live for our Facebook, for our YouTube, or even for our radio portal through the website www.christedradioandtv.com. We really, really appreciate you. Remember, say continue to like us, follow us, subscribe to our pages, and share our posts to them. We did all social media platforms at Christed Radio TV. They will come your way again on top another wonderful edition. Just continue to stay tuned because plenty other programs they come up on our TV and radio later today. My name na Princess Anyana. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.